Welcome to the Bryan Fagan YouTube channel. I'm Ricky, and today we're going to talk about one of the most common car accidents we see in Texas, and that's rear-end collisions. So you may assume that these are very cut and dry cases, right? Someone got hit somebody, someone's at fault, that's what it is. Well, the rear driver is kind of expected to always be at fault, right? But as any experienced personal injury in Texas is going to tell you, that's not always going to be the way that's going to play out here. Understanding liability, comparative negligence, and your legal rights is going to be very essential if you've been involved in this type of accident. So under Texas law, the driver who rear-ends another vehicle is generally presumed to be at fault. Presumed. This is based on the principle that drivers should maintain a safe following distance and be attentive to traffic patterns. However, that presumption can be rebutted, right? You can always try to give a counterclaim. For example, if the front driver suddenly slams on the brakes for no apparent reason, or had a non-functioning brake lights, or reversed unexpectedly, they could share responsibility or even bear liability for that. So each case depends on its own facts, and Texas law applies a very nuanced approach to the doctrine of proportionate responsibility. And again, that's proportionate responsibility. It's a legal term. Texas follows a modified comparative negligence system. And this means that as long as you're less than 51% at fault for the accident, you can recover damages. However, your compensation is going to be reduced by the percentage you're at fault. So what does that mean? Well, if you are found to be 20% at fault, your damages will be reduced by 20%. So no longer are you getting 100,000, you're getting 80,000, for example. This is where having a skilled attorney becomes crucial. You got to ensure that the insurance company or the court doesn't unfairly assign blame to you just to minimize your compensation, because it happens. In a rear-end cases, evidence is everything. We often rely on dash cam footage, accident scene photos, police reports, and even traffic camera surveillance when available. Eyewitness testimony and vehicle damage reports also play major roles here. For example, damage patterns can reveal the angle and speed of impact. And when you're dealing with injuries like whiplash or herniated disc, or even a traumatic brain injury, providing exactly how the accident occurred and who caused it is going to be very essential to gain the care and compensation you deserve. It's very tempting to think that the insurance companies will do the right thing. They're there to make money. They're not there to help you. Unfortunately, they often don't. Their goal is to pay as little as possible and close that file. You're just another name in the book, right? So if you give a recorded statement or accept a quick settlement without legal advice, you could shortchange yourself. The aftermath of a rear-end collision can result in a long-term pain, lost wages, and emotional stress. That's why it's very essential to have someone in your corner, and that someone needs to understand the nuances of Texas personal injury law. So if you or a loved one has been injured or in a rear-end collision in Texas, don't navigate this alone, okay? The law is going to be complex, and your future deserves professional protection here. Contact our office today. We have a free consultation that we can provide you, and let's talk about how we can help get you what you're entitled to. So please don't forget, like this video. You can subscribe to our channel, leave us questions in the comments. If you have any questions, we're here to support you every step of the way, and we'll see you next video.
Thanks so much for watching our video. We hope you found it helpful and enjoyable. If you liked what you saw, please give us a thumbs up. Got any questions or thoughts? Drop a comment below. And if you know someone who could benefit from this video, don't hesitate to share it with them. For more awesome resources, check out the description below. Take care. We'll see you in the next video.